Hi everyone, welcome to our Wednesday encouragement. Thanks for joining us today. We'll get to our devotional in just a moment, but first I want to let you know about some things coming up at Cherry Avenue Christian Church. First, I really want to thank everyone who helped out with our fellowship lunch this past Sunday. It was so good to be able to sit down over a meal with our church family again and just enjoy spending time with one another. We missed that over the last year and a half, and it's really good to be able to do that again. And we're looking forward to having another one again soon, so be watching out for that. Well, this coming Sunday, we're looking forward to having Kim Jackson from Elder Orphan Care in Romania here with us. Kim was a youth minister here a number of years ago, and now she's with Elder Orphan Care. And they're one of our missions points, and we're looking forward to hearing the latest about what's going on there. So she's going to be sharing with us during the Bible school hour at 9 o'clock in the auditorium, and I hope you can join us for that. Kim is always great to be around, and we're looking forward to having her join us this Sunday. So go to your Sunday school class, and then they'll discuss business and then dismiss into the auditorium. And we're having our next prayer luncheon on Wednesday, October 6th. It'll be at noon in the fellowship hall, just like before, where we have lunch, a dedicated time of prayer, and we wrap up by about 12:45 so that you can have time to get back to work. So please plan to be with us Wednesday, October 6th at noon. Ladies, if you haven't already signed up for the Fall Ladies Retreat at Blessings Lodge, there's still time to do that. It's going to be October 15th and 16th, and your registration fee includes your room, your meals, and all the activities for the weekend. Information and registration forms are available at the welcome desk at the church, or you can call or email the office and we can send that to you. But don't miss out on this terrific weekend. And after a hiatus last year because of COVID, our fall festival is back. It's going to be Saturday, October 30th. We're going to have the big inflatable games as we've had before, as well as the perennial favorite, the gyroscope ride, which I encourage you to ride before you eat a lot of cotton candy. Just saying. We're looking forward to having a great afternoon for the neighborhood kids, and we need volunteers. Whether it's setup and takedown, or staffing the popcorn machine, or the snow cone machine, or the cotton candy machine, or one of the games, we could really use your help. And so if you'd like to volunteer, please call the office or email me and let me know as soon as possible. And if you have a favorite thing you'd like to do, let me know and I'll work to get you set up with that. The Fall Festival is always a great time. The kids love it, the adults love it, and it only happens because of volunteers like you. Well, we're in the middle of having some long-needed repairs and replacements done at our house. And after getting started late because of the remnants of Hurricane Ida, the workers were able to get the job going. But some unexpected personnel issues caused them to have to put a few things on hold for a few days before they could come back and finish. Well, the morning after they had told me about the delay was a Friday, and I was at home, and I heard some noise outside. And when I went to see what it was, I found one of the guys from the company we had hired outside straightening up and making sure everything was secure for us until they could get back there a couple of days later. And as we talked, he kept thanking me for being so understanding about the situation. And I wonder why it seemed to mean so much to him when he told me about another potential client that he had just been talking to. She had said she was flexible on the time for them to meet for her estimate, but when the estimate before hers ran a little bit long, she suddenly got inflexible and angry and sent a heated email saying she was taking her business elsewhere. And so needless to say, when he encountered someone who was being faced with a delay and wasn't chewing him out, he was very grateful. Now, I've got to tell you that I haven't always been that way. In fact, there are still times when I fail miserably at showing kindness and patience when faced with impositions or delays or people who are rude to me. But this incident reminded me that beyond just being the right thing to do, kindness and patience are important because we never know what the people around us are going through. The distracted store clerk, the less than cheerful waitress, the angry neighbor we encounter could have something going on in their life that's just tearing them apart. and it's coming out in the way they interact with us. And in those times, a kind word or a bit of patience and understanding can go a long way. It can even open the door for sharing the gospel. And even if they're just selfish and mean, Jesus said to love your enemies and to pray for those who persecute you. 1 Peter 3 says, do not repay evil with evil or insult with insult. On the contrary, repay evil with blessing, because to this you were called so that you may inherit a blessing. He says that's what we're called to do as followers of Christ. Not to just go to church, but to be a blessing in the lives of other people, even when they're not acting like a blessing in ours. He says that's a big part of our purpose on earth. And I have to be reminded of this just as much as anyone else. I was watching the Yankees-Mets game last weekend on the 20th anniversary of September 11th. And they had the Yankees manager from that time, Joe Torre, in the broadcast booth for part of it. And he told the story of his players' visit to a staging area after the attack in 2001, where the families were gathered, desperately waiting to hear news about their loved ones at the World Trade Center. The players were kind of unsure what to do because they were just ball players, but they wanted to try to be an encouragement. Well, finally, center fielder Bernie Williams looked at one lady and he said, I don't know what to say, but you look like you need a hug. And that provided a moment of catharsis for someone who was going through something that most of us can't even imagine. It also broke the ice a bit and allowed the other players an opportunity to be an encouragement to families in the worst moments of their life. Now, obviously, hugging a person, especially in a time of COVID concerns, isn't always appropriate. But showing kindness and patience always is, because the people we interact with may be going through a difficult time where it's not as obvious as the people the Yankees players met after that horrific attack. So the next time you encounter a rude cashier or the waitress gets your order wrong, make an effort to be a blessing to them in some way, because you never know what they're going through. And God says that's what He's put us here to do. Though if you're at the grocery store and you see a woman chugging an entire bag of chocolate chips in the baking aisle, just tell her you'll pray for her and give her a wide berth.